Have you ever wanted to better understand your IRS tax transcript and know your direct deposit dates? Well, hopefully this video gives you some insight, some understanding. Get ready to take notes, share with somebody who you feel may benefit, and let's dive in. That being said, this article was provided by Saving to Invest. That's a website, and they created a great article that I felt was worthy of sharing with you, so that way you can better understand it, because I get a lot of questions about how to better understand the transcript. So here you go. Now, if you have not already filed your taxes and you need access to a group of tax experts that can help you with your tax situation without overcharging you, but also position you to maximize your refund and lower your tax liability, the amount that you owe in taxes really every year, then click the link in the description. Without further ado, let's go. So right here it says, every tax season, there's a guessing game played by millions of American taxpayers on when they will get their refund payment deposited into their bank account. There's the so-called IRS refund schedule, which I've gone over before, which has estimated dates for when an agency will make refund deposits to bank accounts or send out mail checks. But this is just an estimate and does not account for processing delays, statutory limitations, PATH Act, and other reasons refunds could get delayed beyond the normal processing schedule. So another way to get your estimated refund date is to check your IRS tax transcript, which many people have talked about and wanted to better understand it. So here we go. And it's free from your IRS account that shows what is called a cycle code. This is an 8-digit number that indicates when your tax return posted to the IRS master file. This cycle code is updated regularly, and when combined with tax transaction codes on your IRS transcript, can provide insight into your tax refund status, including amended returns, processing stages, and potential direct deposit dates. So we're going to go over a full table down below, but here's what we'll cover. What does the transcript cycle code mean? How do I find and interpret my IRS cycle code? Weekly versus daily processing cycles. Refund direct deposit date, which I know you want to know that with code 846 via cycle code, 2025 IRS cycle codes, and calendar dates table. Let's go. What does the transcript cycle code mean? So the transcript cycle code means your return has been submitted to the IRS master file, and generally means that your filed tax return is under processing code 152 by the IRS. But remember, the cycle code plus tax topic code need to be used together to figure your return or refund status, given they change during the IRS processing cycle. However, you will need to wait for the 846 code refund issued to show on your transcript. This means the IRS has processed your return and your estimated direct deposit date, DDD, has been determined. See section below for more details on this code. So we'll go over there in the detail here shortly. The IRS can and does update cycle codes and dates regularly, and are pretty careful about disclosing specific details given issues in past tax years. However, we do know the IRS updates returns in batches/cycles, and your IRS cycle code tells you which batch you are in and whether your transcript tax return information is updated on a daily or weekly basis. So the question is, how do I find and interpret my IRS cycle code? Well, you would need to get access to your free official IRS transcript. Once you have that, look for the cycle date per the image below. It will be an 8-digit number that looks something like this. Right here you see 2025 06 03. So the cycle is interpreted as follows: year, week of year, day of week. Very important. So here's an example of a transcript, and you see that box where it shows cycle. You see 2025 06 03. That's an example. So how does that break down? 2025, the first 4 digits. This is the tax processing year. 2025 in this example shown above represents the tax processing year. So that would be this year, depending on when you're watching this video. The 06, where it says digits 5 and 6, 5 in order, 5 in the order, basically. You see 2025, that's the first 4 digits. 06, that's, the 5th digit and the 6th digit. So that's all that means. So digits 5 and 6, this represents the week of the year. So 6 means the 6th calendar week of the year. Months are not a factor here. Get a calendar out and count the weeks to determine this. A week goes Monday to Sunday. So January the 3rd, 2022 to January 9th, 2022 is week 1. January 24th to January 30th is week 4. February 7th to February the 13th is week 6. Or just refer to your IRS cycle code interpretation table at the end of this article. 03, which is the digits 7 and 8. This is the day of the week for your IRS account, and when it posts to the IRS master file, posting is classified as either being updated weekly or daily. Cycle codes ending in 01, 02, 03, 04 are daily accounts. Cycle codes ending in 05 are generally weekly processed accounts. So note, the IRS weekly processing starts on a Friday, not a Monday. I know strange, but it is what it is. So just kind of keep that in mind on how they operate typically. There are 4 daily processing days per week. Includes transcript and the Where's My Refund Hours to Go app, basically those updates if you have those sites. So 01 represents Friday, 02 usually a Monday, 03 Tuesday, 04 Wednesday, 05 Thursday is generally reserved for weekly processing. So 03 in the example above mean this is a daily posted account, and the posting to the IRS master file would generally occur on a Tuesday. So just kind of look at the 03 that represents the Tuesday, and it aligns with what that next sentence says. So let's look at that again. There are 4 daily processing days per week: Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If you see a number associated with it, then this could represent your day. 03 equals Tuesday. 04 equals Wednesday. So if you see those numbers, then that should help you get a better understanding of when your day could be. So using the example above, 2025-06, 03, the cycle day is equivalent to a calendar day of Tuesday, February 4th, 2025. It means your return was successfully filed and you are in a daily batch cycle. There's also an estimated processing date of February 24th noted in the transcript image above. So while the Where's My Refund and IRS to Go and your transcript can update any day, they generally have major updates once a week and align to your cycle. As detailed in this article, major Where's My Refund status updates for daily accounts, cycle codes 01 and 04 usually occur on Wednesdays, and major status updates on weekly 05 cycle code accounts are generally on Saturdays. Replay this as often as you need to until it clicks. Mass transcript updates for those with daily accounts in the IRS master file are usually on Tuesdays, while those with weekly processed accounts generally see major updates on Fridays. And you can, it's a video that links to that. But hopefully that makes sense, even if you have to pause it, replay it, whatever you have to do in order for it to make a little more sense. Note that your cycle code can also change during a tax season, which I know sometimes can be, irritating for some people, but it can change during the tax season. It can change from daily to weekly through resequences of your tax return in the IRS master file. This will result in your tax return being pushed out 1 or more cycles and likely result in a delayed refund. So let's get to the nitty gritty. Refund direct deposit date with code 846 via cycle code. When you see IRS code 846, refund of overpayment on your transcript, it means a refund has been issued. This is when you can use the cycle code to get an estimated payment date for your refund. It would generally be the day after your day of the week cycle code, which we went over just a second ago. So if you're on a Tuesday daily cycle, your refund will likely hit your account on a Wednesday. Paper checks will take 5 to 7 days longer. I have seen cases due to processing backlogs where the actual refund deposit transaction date into your bank account or financial card could happen 2 to 3 days after your cycle date. So it could still vary, but this just gives you a good close enough range of understanding of when you're likely to have that deposit date. Don't get too stressed if it's a couple of days off. This has been happening a lot in the last few years. 2025 IRS cycle codes and calendar dates table. So let's dive into that. The table below shows the current tax season IRS cycle codes with calendar date conversion. You can search for your calendar processing date by entering your IRS cycle code in the search box. Remember, your transcript cycle code can update / change throughout the tax season as your tax return is processed. So here's the breakdown, starting with January 1st of the year. You see it says cycle code 2025-01-04. So you see that that's Wednesday, January the 1st. So you got week 1, day of the week 4. The next one, week 1, day of the week 5. The third one, week 2, day of the week 1. And it goes all the way through the end of the year. I'm going slow just so you can see which one may apply to you. Now I must go ahead and scroll towards, we're already in February, coming to a close. So I'm gonna go ahead and scroll there, and then it's kind of slow motion it just so you can see. So if you're February the 28th, that Friday, then that's week 10, day 1. I'm just scrolling up just so you can see which one represents what. The first one represents the week. The second one represents the day of the week. So let's go back to around February 28th. So that's week 10, day 1. The next one, week 10, day 2. Week 10, day 3. Week 10, day 4. Week 10, day 5. Then it resets. Week 11, day 1. Week 11, day 2. And this goes all the way out. And if you click on it, it jumps on a day-by-day basis, based on the 5 days that they do the processing, or the 4 more specific. So this goes to March, but if you click, it goes all the way to the end of 2025. So those codes line up based on whatever the cycle code is. When you see the cycle code, just know, okay, the first number, or the first, the number after the year 2025 represents the week. The last one represents the day. And you can pretty much know when your direct deposit is likely to be. Don't get caught up on if it adjusts a little bit. Hopefully this makes it a little more plain for you to understand those transcripts so you can have an idea and know what to expect and when you're going to get your check. If you haven't already filed, consider clicking that link below so you can get access to a group of tax experts that's not going to overcharge you and position you at the same time to be able to keep more of your money. That's the name of the game, legally, ethically, morally. Keeping more of your hard-earned dollars because they're yours and you deserve to do what you choose. That's all I got. Mr. Smith signing out. Salute.